Oh, this is ridiculous. It's a bit of a last-ditch attempt. Oh, it's too late. Damn. Not doing very well here. Okay, I know I said I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to pause the game so I can review the situation. Actually, I've got a form of numerical superiority if you ignore the hussars over there, and the fact that my cannons keep on getting beaten up. I'm also going to check what research needs doing. Any research I can afford. There, I can. If I can get Rachi back, it could be difficult given I've got no siege equipment for some reason. And why did those scouts not take out spies like, you know, they're supposed to? It's their sole reason for being there. Hold on a second. I'm going to. I know I've ordered some supply wagons. Ooh, look at that attrition. this is when you know, this is by a supply wagon. Your artillery fires slower. Troops take damage. Okay, I've got the system, the situation under control. Fortunately, I'm in democracy, so my troops are healing because I'm fighting in my own territory. Set that onto infinite. Infinite queue deactivated? No, activate it. Activate it. There we go. And now on to Malapati. Because of course the best form of defence is offence. The AI, as I said before, previously, is paranoid about losing its own cities. So it will pull back any offensive it has going on. And that's a lot of cannons. They're still using crossbows. It's encouraging. I notice now that I've started putting on the pressure, I think economically, they may be struggling a little bit. Well, that may just be wishful thinking, but their attacks aren't quite as vibrant. Everything about them screams a form of exhaustion. And if I take Zaka over there, they'll be fighting on a... they'll have lost all the coast. Not that the coast really matters. But it means that it's a sort of defensible position, because they've not got any ships. They'll be attacking from just the one direction. Oh, because I've got the Turks power, the cities are assimilating really quickly. Of course, they're fighting in Fusiliers. The pikemen of the Enlightenment age. Doing my head in. Missing out on metal a little bit. So while there's a battle going on, I'm going to take myself away and build up. The computer doesn't have to do this. Take yourself away from a critical battle while it has to build some, build up its economy a little bit. You know, I do believe there's another city down there. So there is. There's a city. So I'm going to take my mortars and attack Falaborwa. The siege of Falaborwa. It's not known in the history books. I'm going to say, I think I may have mentioned it previously, but this game does the African nations a little bit more credit than other games do, like Civilization, because Civilization is kind of obsessed with the Zulus. Of course, Zulus are only well known because of Rorke's Drift. Not Rorke's Drift. It was a battle during the Zulu War. It was the one that the film Zulu, starring Michael Caine, was all about. I came here to build a bridge, you know, that kind of thing. Stuff that empires are made out of. Look at that speed. Yeah, look at that speed. It's just going down. Well, it's like it's 4 times fast or something. Right, so I've got them on the back foot. That's perfectly clear to see. Yeah, it's just that now that I'm sort of playing the game at proper speed, I'm finding a lot less time to waffle on about nonsenses. It's a shame. Oh, but always got to remember the merchants. Can't forget the merchants. I should have let them build that. I could have just taken it. Oh, this is the Incan special units. They have some at the beginning of the classical age, and then it goes into kind of alternate history kind of area. It's like, what if the Incas had lasted into the gunpowder age? And what we get is a form of hand-carried mortars as opposed to artillery. Suggestion being, I imagine, that being the Inca, they haven't developed the wheel. But then again, what's that on our supply wagons if that's the case? It makes it really hard to pick out of a crowd then. Infinite queue, keep that activated, that's right. And yeah, that's right. Actually, no, let's go for Gokum here. I have a feeling that might be the capital down there, but I want to make them suffer. Give me such a damn hard game. So how are mortars better than regular artillery? I don't know, it might just be a flavour thing. But, read the tool text. And it's slow moving. Yes, it might have a bit longer range, perhaps. I imagine that might be the case, actually. Yeah, they're higher pop count, don't you? But yeah, high pop count the Bantu have, but they've not got a chance to use it, have they? And these cities are relatively safe now that I'm attacking up here. It's going to focus all its defence on attacking the last captured city. Theoretically. Apart from him, he's just going to attack there with a sword. Despite the fact that I've now rather successfully almost cut their empire in half. Oh, he's not got round to upgrading his crossbowman yet. And he's been in the Enlightenment age since before I was. This is the great downfall of the Bantu, is the economy. You get carried away, build lots of units, but units don't contribute to your building up economy. There you go, you can build a temple there. You've got a temple, well, like a mosque to me. But then that's the nice bit of cultural sensitivity this game has. The cultural insensitivity is to assume the Bantu are Muslim. Because they've evidently gone for the what would be described as a Middle Eastern graphics set. I think them, the Nubians, the Egyptians, and somebody else. Oh, the Turks all share the same graphics set. Being the Incas, I share the same one with the Aztecs and the Mayans. I got that right. It's Incas, but it's Mayans. I believe I called them Incans. How dare they? Yeah, maybe mistakenly called them Incans at the start of this campaign. And for any Incas out there in the audience watching, I apologise wholeheartedly. And there's some more troops. Good-o. Population limit. Research existentialism, which apparently makes the temple more powerful, which is a bit of a contradiction. It's also a bit early to be thinking about existentialism. John Paul Sartre, I believe, was writing in the... When was he writing? In the 1960s, wasn't it? I've not long finished learning about him. Anyway, this is all my land now. Well, one thing the Bantu can do is build lots of cities really quickly as well. But then it might face the same problem as to have with units. You can build a lot of cities, but unless you've got the resources to make them into thriving metropoli, or thriving metropolises, it doesn't mean much. Sure, each city contributes plus 10 food, plus 10 wood, gratis, but not great. If they get splash damage. No, we're fine. There we go, Captain Kami. Right next to Matola. And of course, you see, this is all border push kind of thing. They can't build anything in my territory because, well, it's mine. So they find there's less and less room to build stuff, and even if they do have the ability to build more cities, they're soon going to run out of space to build it in. Quite efficient press got going on there. But I do like these mortars, they're very effective. I've got time for them. Game time is 39 minutes. I imagine that's pretty close to what the video length is as well, because I've not been slowing the game down artificially. That might be an accurate reflection of the, actual time. Here's an interesting question. Where's my president? Let's check. There's a bunch of units not doing anything over there. There he is. Yeah, perhaps the reason I didn't have much to talk about in the last videos is because the action was not fast-paced enough. So I'll bring those 6 mortars down. Is there only 6 left? Actually, no, I've got another target for you. We'll go for Dambois. I need you to get involved with some border pushing. And also build a temple up there. So this is what they started with, more or less. I think they started with Dambois because I can't imagine anybody actually placing that city there. It's absolutely useless. There's got no woods next to it, no mountains. They probably share that woods with Great Zimbabwe. So they probably started with that. Might have started with another city, like Matola or something, but that is in a better location, so possibly not. Started with a few barracks, started with a fortress, and of course they started with 2 spare armies, just for, lulz. take out the fortress first. Apart from you, you can keep on firing Great Zimbabwe. And you get out of the way, you're being fired on. Now how the tables are being reversed, but this time I know how to attack properly, and not just sort of throw my men into siege. Or if I'm going to do that, have the economy to back it up. Do some research some ships, just something to do. Looks good on the score. There's some good attack power. I think it must be the fact that I'm Incan. Attack the library. Now I'm being Vinch. Well, Caribbean Air at 3 o'clock. Actually, it's more like 4 o'clock. Oh, and another interesting little bit about the Bantu before I finish them off. Their citizens run. They run everywhere and are 25% extra movement speed because they run places. And would you look at that? That might be another city he started with, or he could have just built that at the last moment. But everybody to attack Gundi, apart from any mortar I just selected there, who can go over and attack that stockade. Notice the name change over the ages to represent various other changes. That would have been called a tower once upon a time. That used to be called a fort, now then it was called a castle, now it's called a fortress. And there we go. Now actually, don't need to wait for the countdown time. And I finished off the Bantu. And let me just take a look at these achievements here, because I believe there are achievements to be proud of. 32,100 is the score. And more of that came from combat from army. No surprise. Okay, so the military. Units killed 374. That's not. I thought I killed more than that. I definitely lost more than they usually do. But I was rather overwhelmed, if I'm honest. I had the largest army, despite the fact that the Bantu had twice the population cap. I think that's the case, eh? Well, it might be something like just plus 100 straight off the bat. But if you encounter the Bantu with the Colossus and Peacocks, they will just, storm right over you. A vast swarm of like locusts, and there's nothing you can build a fortress in the way, and they'll just knock it down through sheer force of numbers. It's really quite terrifying. Economy. See, this is why I won in the end. Practically double. Oh, knowledge. That's far greater. Too much metal. Rare resources. Rare resources are always a winner. At least when I was playing this land game, there'd be one winner who actually, captured the person's capital. The other winner would be the one that had the most rare resources. We actually played Allied. You could so the game was to knock out the computer, but the person who had the most rare resources won out of us two. Enlightened Age 1602, 1715, which are also rather enlightened ages. Well, 1715 perhaps. Maybe a little bit later. 1602 is a bit early for the Enlightenment. It's more the Baroque period. Or maybe not. Those citizens, those caravans, those scholars, those territory, that makes sense. Player speed 43, that's 43 clicks per second. I wonder if that's game second or... per minute. If not 43 clicks per second, that'd be ludicrous. Anyway, that's the stats. Let's see what it looks like on the strategic map. Bantu Oath of Fealty. That's lovely. And I've got 180 tributes. Very nice of them. I've united Africa under my wise rule. This compliment you have been gained a bonus of 80 tribute. Hurrah! There's no notice that bit's red there, but so is that bit there to signify South America. And an extra supply centre. I'll be taking him up to the Eurasian part of Eurasia, Africa. I don't know, I think there is a word to describe the entirety of that landmass. So put them there. Ooh, the French are doing a bit well, aren't they? So I knocked out King Ketsuway of the Bantu. Mongols captured Upper Canada from the Iroquois. Which is quite ironic because the Iroquois, if you follow various, or Native Americans, if you follow various theories as to how the Native Americans got to America, common theory is that they actually came from the Mongolian plains and steppes, travelled across Kamchatka and the Bering Sea when it was all frozen over during the last ice age, and went down from Alaska. So the idea that the Mongols are going that way again is fairly amusing. The Persians captured China from the Koreans. I think Persia might be next. They look rather healthy. And the French captured Germany from the Germans, knocking them out of the game. To defeat, the Iroquois tried to counterattack and failed, and the Koreans tried to counterattack and failed. Diplomacy, not really interested. So, 438 tribute, that's rather a lot. Give myself a science eureka, that's really pretty good. And the sabotage, that's very good. And the treachery. And I can't afford anymore. What I can afford to do is declare war though. And that is something I'll be doing next video. I hope you enjoyed that game, and I hope it went a lot smoother in terms of watchability, certainly not in terms of gameplay. A lot of rambling, a lot more describing what was going on. If you want more rambling, just say so. I can ramble for if necessary. And I will formulate a plan next time. But this will probably involve attacking the Persians, going through, grand sweep of this bit here. What will it give me? Incense, diamonds, and amber. Amber's a pretty good one considering the amount of buying and selling that I do. Any cards that might be worth attacking a territory directly to get? No, not really. What will be interesting is once I've sorted out the Persians, I could then turn on the French, attack them there. Ooh, I just thought if I was then to attack Paris, I'd have to fight the Spanish at the same time. So I might have to bite the bullet and attack Spain, strength 7, with nothing to go, nothing really suggesting it, just so they won't help out when I try to take out the French. And for the time being, me and the Mongols were busy mates. The fact that we're just too far away from each other to really do any damage. Surprised about the Koreans. Koreans don't usually do very well. They usually get conquered by Japan rather than the other way around. And in most games, Japan is usually the last place that you'll conquer. Unless it's the Japanese themselves, simply because of the layout of the map. Japan doesn't actually lead into anywhere else apart from these bits of Asia. So, if you're starting to Europe, there's plenty of other places you can be attacking, up there, down here, across there. It's only until you get to Asia and this bit over there that you finally take out the Japanese. But generally speaking, the last race to take out. Interesting fact. Keeps on decaf. Remember that for whatever. Yeah, and I will see you again next time. So long, folks.